Hi everybody, happy FriYAY. I'm super excited I got to do another craft with you. So this week's theme was Washington, D.C. and learning about all the facts about our nation's capital. And so what we get to do is we're going to make ourselves some patriotic pinwheels. Whee! But we're also going to jazz these up and be able to draw eagles on the back because our nation's bird is an eagle. So I hope you guys enjoy and follow along. This was all made from stuff at home, and so I'm excited. So let's get creative. So you'll need a standard piece of paper. Any kind of coloring is fine, red, blue, orange, brown. I used a paper clip. I also used hot glue, but stick glue will work just fine. Push pin for making holes. Cardboard or a popsicle stick. I didn't have a popsicle stick, so I did cardboard. And then, of course, scissors. So, starting with a standard piece of paper, we need to make a square. So we're going to take the smaller side, so the 8.5-inch side, and we're going to line it up with the 11.5-inch side, making a point at the end. Crease it, and then you're going to cut off the excess. I then take the square and I fold it the opposite direction, point to point, so that I have an X going across my paper the opposite direction. So there's going to be an X made out of folds in our paper, and we like that center point. That's the center of our pinwheel. We are then going to take our scissors, and between the center point and the end of the paper, we're going to cut a half slit halfway down there. It's about the size of my pinky, but again, my pinkies are different than yours, and we just have to make sure that halfway from the edge of from the corner of our paper to the center is cut, and half of it is not cut. Getting to it later, we'll fold the pinwheel, but just to show you, I'm taking the right side of each triangle and meeting it to that center point, and so you can kind of see the shape of the pinwheel getting started. I'm also doing this so I can see where the back of my pinwheel is going to show on the front, and where the front of my pinwheel stops our vision. So what I'm doing here is I'm drawing a reference for where I'm going to draw the eagle on the back of my pinwheel, because I don't want my eagle folding over the side of my pinwheel. The reference point is where you stopped your cut, so where the paper becomes solid again. I'm going to start at that point and then go parallel with the opposite fold. So then it creates these two lines. Again, where this cut stops, and then going parallel with the fold. Here's the reference I used to draw the eagle. If you need to look at it a little more, I will put the link where you found the link to this video. For example, this is me drawing. Just so you guys know, I'm not drawing this fast. This is a sped up version of me drawing, so take as long as you want. Don't feel any pressure. So again, I have these reference lines, and this right next to the longest part of the section is where it's not going to fold. So this is where my eagle is going to be. And again, I'm starting with that round top. I'm then doing almost the same shape on top of the body, and then I'm doing a small line for the feathers. Making the beak come in, drawing the rest of the mouth. You do not have to make your eagle angry. He just kind of looks intimidating and powerful with his angry eye. And then we do the feet on the branch. And then, of course, the tail feathers. So I draw that 4 times. I also like going over my pencil in black pen and then being able to erase the pencil afterwards. Just makes it look a little nicer. Those of you who don't know how to draw stars, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to start with a tall triangle, but we're not going to finish it. We're not going to finish the bottom. Then we're going to go up to the left, over to the right, and then connect those last 2 pieces. Another way to think about this is, again, we're going to start with that tall triangle. I'm then going to turn my paper, and I'm going to use one of those points as another tall triangle beginning, and then again connect those points. If you know how to do this star already, you can challenge yourself by not making the lines in the middle, by skipping over the arms, going up. Notice how I'm following the same direction, I'm just skipping the lines that go in the middle. Or you can just erase those lines, it doesn't matter. So you can put as little or as many stars as you like on here. I will be coloring the background blue because the front will have the red and the white of the US. I'm also going to start coloring my eagle. Now, because I'm using marker, I'm drawing the body of the eagle brown, and I don't want the branch to blend in, so I'm doing black for the branch. And then again, blue for the background. If you did the pencil stars, you can go ahead and erase those out of there. That's why I did the markers. So here I go. Take my straight edge and I'm going to start making the stripes, and I'm going to start in the center so all my stripes at least kind of appear even. So then I have 2 halves, and then I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to take my straight edge and cut a half on one side and then a half on the other side. I'm then going to continue to cut each of my sections in half again, and then in half another time. And just as a reminder, you do not have to do your pinwheel exactly like me. You can put as many stripes as you want. You can color the whole inside red. It doesn't matter. This is your pinwheel. And then I go ahead and I mark every other one so I know which one I am coloring. And then I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to sit here and watch me color red stripes. So I'm going to start by putting hot glue in the center. And again, I'm taking my left corner. And if I were to turn my pinwheel, I'm going to always just take the left corner. And I'm going to put it one on top of the other. So I'm actually, the bad thing about hot glue is that it starts to become thick and it starts to add width. And it's going to be a lot harder to poke a hole through when you have hot glue in there because it's going to dry and become almost plastic. So I'm trying to use as little as possible. And I'm trying to do this while videotaping, so I'm trying to do it in a hurry. So there's my pinwheel. Yeah, it looks great. Now I need to make it so it spins. we need a stick or something for it to go on. I didn't have a popsicle stick. A popsicle stick would be ideal, but I have cardboard. So I'm going to cut a long strip of cardboard to use as my stick. So I have to make a hole. So I'm taking a push pin and I'm pushing through the pinwheel. Definitely have something under it if you don't want to stab your table. Depending on the width or the diameter of your paper clip, you may need to really work at making the hole. Later, I might speed through the process and completely skip it, but I had to go back and make the hole bigger because my paper clip was a lot larger than my push pin hole. So I take my paper clip and I just pull up one of the sides and I turn it so that when I put my paper clip through my cardboard, the bulk of the leftover paper clip will be flat against the stick, so I can either tape it down or glue it down. Now, word of advice, my paper clip is pink because it has a plastic covering on it. Either pull that off beforehand or use a metal paper clip. So now we have our paper clip sticking through, and I don't want it to hurt anybody, so I'm just going to bend it with some pliers or some needle nose pliers all the way around so it's just like a little horseshoe. It also keeps it on the paper clip as well. One last thing is we need to secure the paper clip, so I'm going to hot glue it on. You guys can just tape it down. It doesn't really matter as long as the paper clip doesn't move. So there we have it. There's our pinwheels. Thank you guys for watching and joining. I hope you had fun. I hope your pinwheels are awesome. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Later.